Hey y'all, it's Danielle from Black Business Boom and Black Owned Nashville. We're live with our industry expert in all things insurance and health insurance specifically. I mean, it is National Men's Health Month, and
Yes, it is.
Cory Beal is coming to join us and talk to us about the health insurance or the life insurance, all the insurance that men need to make sure that they have the proper coverage to take care of themselves, but also to make sure that their families are all right as well. So I am excited to have you, Cory. How are you today?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. I cannot complain. It's a beautiful day. I just got back from a phenomenal conference in Atlanta. In Miami. Being around a whole bunch of multimillionaires, man, exchanging, gems and jewels on how to take your business to the next level, but most importantly, how to be a servant to your community. And I'm just excited, man. I got the baton on my hand, and I'm ready. I'm just ready to roll up for sure.
I love it, and we're here to support that as well. We greatly appreciate you coming supporting this community and just dropping gems on us and letting us know how to make sure we're covered. So, but we're gonna be talking about the fellas today, and black men definitely need to make sure that they are taken care of and making sure that they have the right life insurance policies in place and making sure that those policies are going to create legacy for them and helping their families. So let's jump into it, Corey. Let's talk about this life insurance. What policies do black men need to make sure that they have?
Well, I'm gonna start with me, my personal story. It'll be a brief one. A lot of the moves that I'm currently making right now, 2022, I was told to make around 2017. And the reality of the matter is that mentally, I wasn't ready for to make those moves. I didn't know that I was suffering from childhood trauma.
Mhm.
I didn't know that I was suffering from hurt in relationships with women. And I acted out in such a manner that it impacted everything, all things Cory Beal. As that saying goes, everywhere you are, there you go. So, I was a mess. Anthony Hamilton. Ah, yeah. I was a mess, right? But then I found therapy. And being able to find a therapist really changed my life. And um, it's catapulted to where I'm at today because I'm no longer fumbling bags. I'm no longer irresponsibly arrogant. I'm very coachable and I walk with a sense of humility right now. And the reason why I'm speaking on this point, I'm touching on this point, is because if I didn't have health insurance, it wouldn't allow me to pay for my therapy because during that time I had a scarcity mindset. Regardless how much money was coming in, I was very transactional. So money come in, money go out, money come in, money go out. And I was like, man, I ain't paying for this, I ain't paying for that. And I just, thought I was 40 years old, I'm gonna be young forever, right? My health insurance paid for my therapy sessions. That saved my life. So the first piece of insurance that all men need to have, especially during this time of recessions, we're about to hit this inflation. Um, Everything is going up. Relationships is up and down with the black man and the black woman. Let's just say men and women, period. You're gonna need a therapist. And if you can't pay for it because you're working two jobs just to stay afloat, your health insurance definitely will grant you access to therapists because there's a lot of therapists that take private pay through health insurance. So
Mhm.
that's the first policy I recommend all black men need to have is adequate health insurance so you can get access to a therapist, get access to a nutritionist, get access to a dietitian, get access to a physician to
Mhm.
check you out. You know what I'm saying? It's 2022. We can no longer, I'm 44 years old, so we can no longer have these fears of, man, I ain't letting no man touch me right there. No, you got to go get your colon checked. You got to go get your prostate checked. You got to detox. And too many of my friends who were former athletes, I'm now a successful businessman. We still think we're 19, 18, 20, 22. We still eat like, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get up the next day and burn that shit off. And that's just not happening.
And
So
let's
we
talk
got to take
about
care of our health.
how we got to take care of our health, our mental and physical health.
Hmm.
And these are things that are looked at also as we go try to get life insurance policies. And
Absolutely.
so it's important that, again, just for our overall health, it's important that we're doing those things. But they also can have an impact, like you said, on our business and being able to run our business when you are not healthy. How are you going to run the business? And then if you aren't healthy, also thinking about who can step in and what are the systems that we have in place in business. But that's another conversation.
But
But then
another
also,
thing, too, it just popped in my mind. A lot of us want to say that our last name matters, right? You know, when you fill out an application, whether you go to the hospital, they ask you about your family history. And
mhm.
that plays a role in your rate and the type of coverage you get. So if you know that now in 2022, guess what? You're your family history. Because pretty
Mhm.
soon your son or your daughter is going to have to ask, did my dad
Yeah.
suffer from a heart attack? Does diabetes run in the family? And it's because of you now. So you have to, if your last name really matters, you have to understand it. Because one of my life insurance companies that I write a lot of business through, they ask, is mama still living? Is daddy still living? If not, how
Mhm.
did they pass away? What was the
Mhm.
cause of death? They're asking these questions.
Oh yeah,
Excuse me. They're asking these questions now. We need to know that as men, if we want to be the provider, protector, and the facilitator and leader of the family.
I'm saying right. So with that role comes a lot of responsibility. It
Yeah,
does, and that's a lot of pressure. I mean, I can understand it being a lot of pressure, and there are a lot of bases that you got to cover. And one of those is adequately having the insurance you need to protect yourself and your family.
absolutely.
So there's a lot of options out there, and a lot of folks don't know, what they should have, what they shouldn't have. So can you give us some tips for the guys that are tuned in on the proper coverages or policies they should definitely consider having?
I mean, definitely you want to, you can either come talk to me or go to healthcare.gov to look at the type of coverages out there. I'll get people set up with zero premium policies so it don't come out of your pocket, especially because of what the pandemic did. So it's
Mhm.
very affordable. You can start there or you can just reach out to me because, I'm contracted with almost every health insurance company out there. And a shameless plug, Danielle McGee is one of my clients
I
and
am. I
we
am. Yep.
get
I
her
was able to
squared
get my
away with
health
health
care insurance.
insurance.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
so saved her some dollars. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
So you definitely want to do that. So that's just one of the insurances that I highly recommend. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I have no problem answering them and guiding you to that. Now, the second most important insurance policy you need to have. Let me come a little closer. Black your ass need dental and vision insurance, okay?
Mhm. I'm gonna just quickly say this. When I first moved here, when I was single and I was dating, and I was like, I don't think these people have adequate dental insurance down
Yeah.
here. Coming from Chicago, I mean, I'm sure there are people who have dental issues in Chicago as well, but
Mhm.
it seemed prevalent for whatever reason here that I kept ending up on dates with folks that had teeth issues. And
Teeth
so
issues, bad
that's a
breath,
that's a
blind as
nice way for me
hell,
to put it. Yeah.
and no one is telling them that. Thank God that I was dating this dentist and baby, let me pull you to the side. That smile is
Yeah,
so beautiful, but baby, I said, thank you. Thank you.
yeah,
And she was a
yeah.
dental hygienist and she took care of me. So
Okay,
thank you,
that's
Monica.
that's a great point, though. That everybody doesn't have the adequate
They
dental
don't
and
have
vision
dental and vision
insurance that
insurance. 'Cause you know how many times not only do we go to the cigar bar, I understand cigar breath, but
they.
some of
Mhm.
you Negroes coming there with just bad breath, period. You know what I'm saying? And your hygiene, your mouth is a huge indicator of what's going on inside of you. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So if you're not going to the dentist, you're not caring about yourself. You're not caring about your wife. You ain't caring about your girlfriend or girlfriends, your children. Most importantly, if you're an entrepreneur, you're not caring about the client that's on the other side of you that got to receive all that. You
But
know what
not
I'm
only that,
saying?
Corey, we're getting older, and you start to see folks that are missing teeth, all kind of things.
Hmm.
As we, and so it's so important as we get older. And we shout out to our resident dentist, Dr. Garrison Jeter at Definition Dental. But she is all about prevention. And it's important that even if you don't feel like you have a problem with something, and I think a lot of us as Black people are very reactive versus proactive in our approach to a lot of things, and health
Hmm.
being one of them. When
I mean,
we,
you can get cancer in your gums.
oh yeah, yeah,
You know,
I
and
mean,
like this right here, this is a game changer, especially for my steak eaters. When we go out, shit
mhm.
sticks in your teeth. You need to have this. This be in my wallet, about four of them. You know what I'm saying? And I have some in the car. Breath mints cannot uh, cover up bad hygiene. You will get exposed. So if you're a man of your word, if you know you in people's face, you talk that talk, you're an entrepreneur, you a leader, you got to have adequate dental and vision insurance. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I take these glasses off, I am blind as hell. Blind. I don't know how that happened, but I become blind. And let me tell you something. They said when you turn 40 years old, it's this vein in your eye that pops. It's like a ticking time bomb. It's gonna pop. Then you're gonna start losing your sight. That's why many of us have glasses right now, and my ass tried to cover it up. I was wearing reading glasses because I was too stubborn to go check
Mhm.
on my eyesight, even though I had dental vision. Right, so I got to go get me some more frames for these. Right, not frames, film for the lenses for these now. That's
Yeah,
time for me to upgrade. But what I'm saying is that dental and vision insurance is it's a must have. It's a non-negotiable. It's a
we got a quick
non-negotiable.
question from Tasia Shorter. What are some things that keep men from accessing quality health care?
What is let me see here. Well, some of the things that keep men from, I would like to say, like the lack of resources. You know, black men have less access and a poor quality of mental health,
Mm,
health care than white men, despite the significant needs. That's one. Poverty and racism plays a role in
mhm,
black men not having adequate care. If you also look at what happened to the Tuskegee experiment, that fear is
mhm,
still
mhm.
paramount in black men heads about going to the doctor. Um, and we're just not talking about it enough, within our community. We're not having these conversations within our community. So those are some of the reasons right there. I don't want to say systemic oppression, because I'm not saying they're
But it's
trying to
true.
hide it from us, but I'm definitely gonna say poverty and racism plays a role in our
Yeah, I mean, many of us
lack of resources. Yeah.
do not have the resources and then don't trust the systems, and that's understandable, and that's why Black doctors and dentists and mental health
Hmm.
practitioners are so important, and we like to feature them here because of that. All right, Corey, what else you got for us?
Now I want people to hear this part right here, right? So they say that African Americans, we make up 13% of the U.S. population. Think about it. We make up 13% of the U.S. population, and about 11% of African Americans are not covered by health or life insurance, right? And when you look at the death rate for African Americans, particularly men, it's higher than white men in heart diseases, strokes, cancers, asthma, influenza, diabetes, HIV. We are number one across the board. So the third most important policy that black men need to have, especially since unfortunately many of us are not saving our money, or we're getting familiarized with the investment part of the game. You got to have term insurance with living benefits. I'm going to always harp on term insurance with living benefits. Why? I just told you the death rate is higher. Heart attacks, strokes, cancers, any type of critical or chronic illnesses. Um, we don't have the money to pay for it.
Hmm.
So Where's the money gonna come from in today's time, right? Either gonna come from the equity in your house, which pretty soon we're gonna have a bubble crash where a lot of equity gonna be snatched away from your home. People
Mhm.
are losing money in their TSP, they 401k, 403b, they standard IRAs. Where the money is coming from? Where the money coming from should your ability to earn income stifles because you had a heart attack, because you're still eating like you're 18, 19 years old when you know damn well you're not exercising like that man anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to have an insurance policy that you can pay pennies on the dollars to. I just got this gentleman covered $1 million. He was in great shape, $1 million coverage for $98 a month. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing. $1 million for the next 30 years come with living benefits. He don't need any more term insurance. He's covered for $1 million for the next 30 years. His price is never going up. He's protected. You know what I'm saying? So, and if something were to happen to him, he could pull money from this policy. And I always say this, you don't have to pay it back. So it's all
Mhm.
about prevention, it's all about protection. So if you know that these are areas that we lead in, protect it. You know your lifestyle. You know if you live in a sedentary lifestyle, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
you got to protect yourself. That's the third most, to me, that's the most important.
Mhm.
Term insurance
Mhm.
and livability, because I always tell people your number one life insurance is designed to do one thing. It's not to leave money to your beneficiaries. It's really not to leave a legacy. It's designed to protect your most important asset. And Danielle, that is the ability to earn income. That's your number one. That's the most important asset you have right now. You got to protect that,
Yeah.
especially if you're a man and you believe that your last name matters. Because if you believe that your last name matters, then you understand protection goes right
Yeah.
with your last name.
Yeah.
So that,
Exactly. And
mhm,
again, just being a protector is part of what we as women especially look for in a partner, and what your family and your children need from you as a man is, to be that
absolutely.
that protector. And that doesn't mean, keeping you from robbers, and and fighting somebody who disrespects you all the time. There's several levels to what that means to be the
It's just
protector of
it's
your
different
family.
levels of protection. It's honoring your word. It's being loyal to your commitments,
Mhm.
and most important, is having respect for yourself. And when you
Mhm.
show those things, you are able to give your woman protection because now she trusts you,
Mhm.
right?
I
Now your
love it.
kids trust you.
Mhm.
So that's something I
Yeah.
wish was really told to me growing up. It's a blessing I get it now, and I
Mhm.
hold on to it. And black men, I tell folks all the time, being a black man is probably the dopest. We're the dopest gender in the world if you embrace what we do. If you embrace the responsibilities that was bestowed upon us, you know what I'm saying? To whom much is given, much is required, and it was bestowed upon us
Yeah,
to be
I
the
said
protectors,
that
to be the
there's a
providers.
lot.
Man,
That's
please.
a lot of responsibility, and there's, again, so many bases you have to cover as a man,
Hmm.
and not only making sure you're straight, but making sure your family, and sometimes that family looks like even your parents.
Absolutely.
It's and your siblings and your cousins.
And
Like
if
you.
you do it the right way, they don't become a hindrance, they become assets. But the fact that
Mhm,
many men don't take care of themselves, you just pile on the pressure. It just
mhm.
piled upon. Like I love my role as a man. Like it's the dopest thing ever. The things that I do for my family. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
I love
it,
it. This
yeah.
has been fantastic, Cory. I know we could sit and talk all day. There's so much information, and there's so
But,
much that we're trying to give to this community, and
hmm.
some of it folks need to just talk to you one on one about. And
They definitely.
so, how can folks reach out to you if they are, not only because you do so much more than just insurance, and you do a lot of
Man,
things
I
to
am.
empower, and you speaking as well as coaching. So, how can folks reach out to you and learn about all the things that you do, but also get in contact with
Well, you can go to the website. I told y'all on the next one, we're going to talk about the website. You can go to www.onyxcapitalfs.com and you can see all the services that Cory Beal, the entity, offers. I've been in this industry for over a decade now, from Wells Fargo. So I'm well versed in mortgages. I'm well versed in banking. I'm well versed in business, right? So from teaching you how to build your business credit so you can leverage business credit, teaching you how to create your own bank through the power of life insurance, making sure you have adequate disability insurance, short term, long term, cancer, you name it. I am really a walking bank, you guys. Been an entrepreneur for some years now, for almost a decade as well. So I kind of know what the hell I'm talking about. And I also show the receipts. That's another thing. I show plenty of receipts on for my success being in this industry. So you can always go to my website. You can reach me in the group. I said I'm gonna make a promise, and my promise is starting in July. I'm going to definitely start going live in the group
Okay, we gonna
more.
see you.
Yes,
Fantastic.
I'm gonna start going live in a group of Black people make a move Nashville. Because I'm tired of y'all looking for life insurance agents, and damn it, I'm right here. I'm the resident life insurance professional. It hurts me,
Fantastic.
but it's on me though. So that's how you can
Yeah.
find me. You can reach out on LinkedIn. Um, you can follow my page on Facebook, Cory the Insurance Guy, or you can text me 629-395-8812. And I'm gonna say one more thing because I know we gotta go because we finna probably turn up tonight for the
Hmm.
Jeezy concert.
That is
Um,
correct.
the other, and we'll touch on this later. Maybe this may be the next topic.
Okay.
Black men, we getting older. You're gonna need some long-term care.
Hmm.
That's an insurance that we don't talk about enough in our community. Most insurance agents, unfortunately, is trying to sell you a product that lines their pockets, but they're not trying to offer you a product that's going to protect your pockets. And that's what I'm here for. So long-term care is another life insurance product that, hey, we'll talk about on the next go round.
I love it. Fantastic. This was great, Cory. We greatly appreciate you as
I greatly
always and
appreciate you.
coming and
Thank you.
supporting the community. Y'all reach out to Cory. He gave you now 6 different ways to find him. So make sure you go
Six
find
on 'em. You
him.
know I love that number six.
He gave you plenty of ways to get in touch. Thank you again, Cory. And we will definitely see you next month where we'll talk about long term care.
For sure. All
All
right,
right.
y'all.
You all have a great